Hi, this is Brian David Phillips, and this week's Hypnocast is about the higher self process. Now, this is a very straightforward process. I know a lot of trainers put an esoteric ring on it. They'll say it's not hypnosis, it's an actual metaphysical state. But I contend that it's actually a suggested hypnotic state. Just as we can get people into hypnosis, guide them into state, lead them to somnambulism, test for it, and then suggest this altered state of consciousness that is the higher self process. Process straightforward. Hypnosis. Somnambulism. Normally I would probably use the Elman induction followed by the Esdale deepener, followed by various other deepeners, and make sure you've got really suggestible states. So you've got somnambulism, you pop them down really deep, and then finally you give them the suggestion that they're entering the state of the higher self. After I do my general induction and my deepeners, my tests, my Esdale, the dial deepener, and several other deepeners, which can take just a few minutes just to verify and make sure you've got them there. Or you can use a rapid or instant induction and verify you've got state and then go from there. I'll often use a garden image that they go downstairs into these beautiful gardens. Those of you who have been to my web pages at www.briandavidphillips.com are familiar with the Xanadu trigger that I use and the Gardens of Xanadu imagery in my DRTRC files, which are free to download for now. Eventually we'll be taking those off for other products. But I use that garden, have them go there, and give them the suggestion that we've relaxed your body. That's in the actual induction set. Now we've relaxed your mind, and that's the imagery set. They just can count clouds or whatever you have them do. Now let's relax your spirit and do a count up so that they feel as if they're lifting into the state of the higher self, which is a state of unconditional love. Now with hypnosis you can suggest any emotional state. Any imagined state of being can be simulated or created through hypnosis. And so this state of universal connectedness to the higher self is one of beautiful, unconditional love, absolute forgiveness and acceptance. Count them to that. Once I've got them in the higher self, I have a nose itch today. Once I've got them in the higher self state, then I give them the suggestion that in a moment I'll do a count through, and you will be in a place within the higher self of absolute forgiveness. And do the count through. Now I've got a couple examples for you to see today, and that'll make it easier for you to visualize exactly what I mean when I talk about this process. But that's it. Very straightforward. Now of course if I did a workshop on the higher self or metaphysical processes, I can discuss all the little ins and outs that I use, but basically that's the higher self as I use the process. Now of course there are tweaks and bells and whistles, but that's the straightforward process. If you want more, you can always go to my web pages at www.briandavidphillips.com, take a look at the higher self CDs and purchase those if you want examples that are longer, especially the full-length version of that particular CD product. Now for now, let's go ahead and see some examples. Example 1. Now we've relaxed your body in this place as it sinks even heavier and more relaxed in your chair here. We've relaxed your mind as you can enjoy the feelings of the garden. Now we'll relax your spirit. And in a moment I'd like you to imagine that as you sit here in this chair, and as you enjoy your garden, your body and mind can relax even more. as your spirit begins to rise to a higher place. And as I count from 1 to 5, with each number, I'd like you to imagine yourself opening up and feeling a feeling of unconditional love and peace, as if you open up and a light, a pure light of love washes over you and through you as your spirit begins to rise up, floating higher into a place of pure, unconditional love. 1, your spirit beginning to rise, and feel that feeling of love wash through you. 2, like a liquid light, a light that bathes you and washes through you in pure love and forgiveness. 3, rising higher as you feel a peace, a joy, and a love. 4, lifting into the place of the higher self, that place of pure spirit and pure love. 5, even higher, lifting all the way up. That's right. And feel that unconditional love washing through you and around you. And notice all the sounds around you. Allow you to relax, focus, and experience that feeling even more powerfully. That's right. Now in a moment, going to count from 1 to 5, and with each number, let that feeling of unconditional love, pure love, wash through you, so that you enter a special place in the higher self, a place where love can wash through all the dark places. Any darkness you have in your body can find healing in love and forgiveness. Any darkness in your mind, any fear, any guilt, any shame can be healed. And any darkness in your spirit can be bathed in light as that unconditional love washes through you powerfully and wonderfully. 1, 2, and feel the light of love bathing you. 3, forgiveness. 4, all the darkness bathed in light. 5. Now for the next few moments, I'm going to let you stay in this place of the higher self, of love and forgiveness. And let this light wash through you so that any anger you have, you can let go and realize you are loved and you are loved. Any fears you have, you can let go. Any attachment to the past that is negative, your mind, your body, and your spirit can let go. Any shame or fear or guilt you have, or that you have toward others, you can let go and release so that your unconscious can be free, realizing you don't need to live in the past. You can simply live in the here and the now, so that fears, guilt, shame can be let go, and you can move forward in a very powerful, positive way. Is that all right with you? Wonderful. So for the next few moments, Continue relaxing. And feel that love and forgiveness for any darkness in your body, your spirit, or your mind. Free you. And when your higher self has released all that energy, and you feel that forgiveness or release, this finger can move. And in that place of the higher self, you can imagine your past events, feelings, places, and even people. And you can wash through yourself with love and forgiveness. And you can forgive them, and you can forgive yourself. And feel the love free you. And when you have done so, in the next few moments, this finger can move. And when it does, you can feel a release. Every breath in, every breath out, that feeling of unconditional love getting stronger and stronger. Release. Let go. That's right. You're doing perfectly. Anytime you wish, you can return to this place of the higher self. You need only breathe in, breathe out, say Xanadu. Your eyes close and you relax into a deep, deep feeling. And imagine yourself in your garden. And as you imagine yourself in your garden, you can then imagine yourself counting from 1 to 5. And with each number, imagine you can feel that feeling of love open and wash through you. From 1 to 5, and at the number 5, you find yourself in that pure place of love. Then you can merely shift to the side from 1 to 5 and feel yourself enter that special place of forgiveness and release. Is that all right with you? Now in a moment I'm going to count from 1 to 3, and with each number return now to the garden, keeping that forgiveness and positive feelings with you. 1, 2, 3. Back in the garden. That's right. Feeling wonderful. Feeling release. I feel good. Example 2. Now I'd like you to learn another way to relax. And that's relaxing the spirit. So in a moment, I'm going to ask you to imagine that as I count, something wonderful begins to happen. And that is, you can imagine your spirit lifting and rising into a place of the higher self, a place of pure love, peace of mind, joy, and forgiveness. And with each number I say, imagine your spirit beginning to lift and feeling that joy. And perhaps you can feel a feeling of unconditional love opening into that special place of the spirit, washing through you, around you, and within you. That's right. 1, your spirit beginning to lift and rise. 2, your body relaxing even heavier into the chair. 3, your mind enjoying the sights, sounds, and experiences of the garden. 4, your spirit lifting and let a wonderful feeling of love and peace and forgiveness open and wash around you, through you, and within you. 6, rising even higher to that special place of the higher self. 7, perfect love, peace, and forgiveness. 8, joy, love, peace. 9, and that feeling can grow. And 10, within that special place of the higher self, a place of pure spirit, pure love, and peace. Now in a moment, I'll count from 5 to 1, and with each number I say, I'd like you to imagine you're going into a special place within the higher self, a place where all becomes forgiven, of love, unconditional love from the universe that flows within you and through you. So any fears you have can be bathed in love. Any guilt you have can be forgiven. Any shame can be let go. Any anger at yourself or at others can be freed as a beautiful light of unconditional love washes through you. And every dark place in your body, your mind, and your soul can have that light of love just wash through. And you can realize there's no need to hold on to these negative feelings. You can just let go and be loved and love. 1, going into that special place of forgiveness. 2, where all hate or anger or guilt or shame can just fade away. 3, as you forgive others and you forgive yourself. 4, as you love yourself and can be loved, you can be loved by others. 5, in that special place. And just let those breathing in that love wash through you. And any fear you have, you can let it go. Just being loved. And be loved. Unconditional love. That's right. For the next few moments, just let that feeling wash through you. Feeling wonderful. And forgive and be forgiven. Love and be loved. Free and be free. That's right. Now in a moment, I'm going to count from 3 to 1. And with each number I say, imagine as you relax further, you can re-enter this place anytime you wish. 3, 2, and 1, back in the higher self. And in a moment I'll count from 3 to 1, and your spirit can return to the garden where your mind continues to enjoy the sights, sounds, and experiences. 3, 2, 1. That's right. Anytime you wish, you can re-enter this experience. Simply breathe in, breathe out, close your eyes and relax. Breathe in, breathe out, close your eyes and relax. And after a few deep breaths, find yourself back at your elevator. And the elevator, you can just press the express. Go straight to the 3rd basement. Just by breathing in, press the button, and breathe out, and feel yourself go down, down to that 3rd level. Then you can imagine yourself at the top of your garden steps, and just imagine going down into the garden. Once you're in your garden, just imagine yourself, feel it as if you find a pleasant place to rest. And you can then imagine yourself breathing deep, and every breath in, counting from 1 to 5, and that brings you back into that loving place of the higher self, where everything is let go except for peace, joy, and love. That's right.